Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today because we have some very exciting General Hospital news to talk about, and it's definitely worth the wait. Hey there, friends. You know, I've been watching General Hospital for a long time, longer than I care to admit. And these latest scenes with Emma and Britt have me grinning like a kid in a candy store. Let me tell you what's been on my mind. The other day, little Emma Scorpio Drake walked into that appointment thinking she'd see her regular Dr. Navarro, just like always. But life had other plans. In comes Britt Westbourne instead. I could feel Emma's hesitation through the screen. Those two girls have had their share of rough patches over the years, so I didn't blame her one bit for looking uncomfortable. Still, Emma's got a good heart. She took a deep breath, sat down, and went through with it. That took some courage, if you ask me. What really surprised me was how kind Britt acted. Emma told her the old birth control pills were giving her terrible headaches, so Britt switched her over to a new prescription. She even cracked a little joke at the end. If it doesn't work, you can complain straight to me, she said with that sly smile. I chuckled right along with her. For a second there, I thought maybe Britt was turning over a new leaf. But then the truth came out. Turns out, Britt did something sneaky with those pills. She made sure they wouldn't actually protect Emma from getting pregnant. Well, I'll be darned. My wife and I were sitting on the couch and I nearly spilled my coffee when I heard that. Now here's the part that really gets me thinking. Emma actually asked to see Britt again for her next checkup instead of going back to Dr. Navarro. Can you believe it? After all the tension between them, Emma is starting to warm up to her a little. She's seeing a different side of Britt, maybe even a caring side. It makes me smile because life is funny that way. Sometimes the people we used to butt heads with end up being part of our biggest stories. I keep wondering why Britt would do such a thing. What's really going on in that woman's head? Is she trying to hurt Emma, or is there some bigger plan we don't know about yet? My gut tells me this is leading to something huge, maybe Emma finding out she's carrying a baby sooner than anyone expected. Lord, can you imagine that sweet young girl with her whole life ahead of her, suddenly facing motherhood? It would flip her world upside down, just like it does for so many real families out there. I've seen it happen with my own nieces and nephews. One day, everything's normal. The next day, there's a little one on the way, and nothing is ever the same again. It reminds me of those old sayings we hear growing up in America. Life's what happens when you're busy making other plans. General Hospital sure knows how to show us that truth. One little switch of pills, one surprise doctor visit, and suddenly the whole town might be talking about a new baby in the Scorpio Drake family. I'm telling you, I'm completely hooked. Every episode now, I'm leaning forward, wondering what Britt's real reason is and how Emma's going to handle it when she finds out. It's got drama, it's got heart, and it's got that touch of real-life messiness we all understand. If you've been watching too, drop me a line and tell me what you think. Is Britt up to no good, or is there more to this story? Either way, I'll be right here on my couch, coffee in hand, cheering these characters on like they're part of the family. General Hospital still knows how to pull us in after all these years, doesn't it? God bless those writers. They sure keep us coming back for more. Oh, let me tell you, this whole situation with Emma and that new birth control has me thinking nonstop. What if those pills don't work at all? I mean, Britt was probably just talking about the headaches when she joked about Emma complaining to her, but what happens if the medicine fails completely? That sweet girl could end up pregnant without ever seeing it coming. Lord, can you imagine the shock? I've seen enough of life to know that switching birth control isn't always simple. Sometimes your body doesn't take to the new one right away, and if Emma wasn't careful during that changeover, it could open the door to real trouble. Soap operas like General Hospital love this kind of story, don't they? They take something as ordinary as a doctor's prescription and turn it into a life-changing surprise. It feels so real because it happens to regular folks every day. If Emma finds out she's carrying a baby, I bet the first person she points the finger at is Britt. She'll be convinced that new prescription is the reason everything went wrong. Even if the switch itself wasn't the main problem, Emma's mind is probably already spinning that way. She trusted Britt this time, started warming up to her, and now this. It would break her heart and make her furious all at once. I can already picture her storming into the hospital, eyes full of tears and fire, demanding answers. And goodness, think about what it would mean for Emma's life. She's still young, got dreams and plans, and suddenly there's a little one on the way. Everything changes in a heartbeat, the way she sees her future, her relationships, even how the whole town looks at her. It's the kind of twist that reminds me of real life, where one small mistake or one sneaky move by somebody else turns your whole world upside down. Families get stronger sometimes, but other times it brings a whole lot of heartache and hard choices. I keep wondering how Emma's going to handle it when the news finally hits. Will she blame herself for trusting Britt? Will she lean on her family and friends, or try to face it all alone? My heart goes out to that girl already. She's tough, but nobody should have to go through something this big feeling tricked and scared. This storyline is pure General Hospital magic, mixing hope, betrayal, and real human drama all together. I'm sitting here on the edge of my seat, just like the rest of you probably are, waiting to see how it all plays out. One thing's for sure, when that truth comes out, it's going to shake things up in Port Charles like a summer thunderstorm. And I'll be right here watching every minute of it. Hey folks, I've been mulling this over all week, and I have to tell you, my heart is just racing thinking about what's coming for young Emma and Gio. Those two kids are standing right on the edge of something big, and I can feel it in my bones that a whole lot of unexpected turns are headed their way. Life in Port Charles has a way of sneaking up on you when you least expect it. You know, I keep going back to that appointment scene where Britt looked Emma in the eye and said, with that little smile of hers, to come straight to her if the new birth control didn't work out. At the time, it sounded friendly, almost helpful, but now it feels loaded. If Emma discovers she's pregnant after using those pills, I bet she'll remember those exact words and march right back to Britt's office. She might be hurt, confused, and plenty angry all at the same time. After starting to warm up to Britt and trusting her just a little, this kind of betrayal would cut deep. I've seen that kind of disappointment in real life when someone you're finally opening up to lets you down. It stings twice as much. And then there's Gio Giovanni Palmieri. That young man has been showing what a decent stand-up guy he is. If Emma finds herself carrying a baby, I can already picture him stepping up, maybe scared but ready to do right by her. Will they bring this child into the world together? Lord, that thought keeps me up at night. Two young people with their whole futures still unfolding, suddenly facing diapers, doctor visits, and all the responsibilities of becoming parents before they planned on it. It's the kind of story that feels so true to life. I remember when my own niece went through something similar years ago. One surprise, and everything changed: their dreams, their plans, even the way their families looked at them. Sometimes it pulls a couple closer like glue in a storm. Other times it tests every bit of love and patience they have. Either way, it's never easy, but it sure can be beautiful if they stick together. I love how the show is letting this build slowly. The conversations about switching birth control might seem small on the surface, but they're planting seeds for something much bigger. Emma could blame the new prescription even if the timing or other things played a part. She might feel tricked, ashamed, or even a little lost. And Gio? He'll have to decide how he wants to show up for her. Will the whole town get involved like they always do? You know, Port Charles secrets don't stay secret for long. So grab your favorite chair, pour yourself a nice cup of coffee or tea, and stay tuned with me. These next episodes are going to be something special. Gio and Emma have a wild ride ahead, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. General Hospital still knows exactly how to pull at our heartstrings and keep us caring like they're our own flesh and blood. Here's the good stories, real emotions, and whatever comes next for these two young souls. I'll see you right back here on the couch, friends.